Some sibling artists follow in the footsteps of their siblings, while others forge their own route. This singer's artistic achievements will always be eclipsed by those of her younger sister, especially because she only recorded intermittently during the 1960s. As a vocalist, she is most remembered for recording the original version of "Piece of My Heart," which went on to become one of Janis Joplin's hallmark songs in a very different arrangement. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Erma Franklin. Before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push the notification bell to be sure you won't miss on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. The eldest of three sisters, Erma Vernice Franklin was born March 13, 1938 in Shelby, Mississippi. Her father was the Reverend C.L. Franklin, a famous traveling gospel preacher who journeyed from Tennessee to New York and Michigan. Erma's first public performance was in New York when she was 5 years old. Later in Detroit, she and her sisters, Aretha and Carolyn, performed in the New Bedford Baptist Church Choir, whose stunning harmonies launched Aretha to prominence with her debut gospel recordings in 1956. Age 14, Irma started a secular group called the Cleopatrettes, which won a statewide singing competition and recorded with WBPTV label. Despite urging from future members of the Four Tops, her father persuaded her to finish her studies at Clark College in Atlanta, Georgia, where she studied business administration and secretarial science. In the late 1950s, she returned to Detroit and met Berry Gordy, a young entrepreneur. MOTOWN Records is actively looking for a female star to launch. His partner, Billy Davis, took Irma to Chicago's Chess Studios, where she wrote an early version of All I Could Do Was Cry, which went on to become a success for Etta James. The growing success of secularized Black American gospel and mainstream music led to Aretha Franklin signing a deal with Columbia in 1960 and Irma joining its subsidiary Epic. She recorded her debut album, Her Name is Irma, in 1962, but like Aretha, she did not achieve rapid popularity. After her contract expired, she spent 5 years as a featured vocalist for R&B artist Lloyd Price, before returning to her academic background and working as an administrator for IBM Computers. In 1967, as Aretha's career broke through, Irma was tempted back to the studio by the influential New York producer, composer, and arranger Burt Burns, whose work with the Drifters, Garnet Mims, and Freddie Scott has shaped an intense uptown form of soul music. Burns and co-writer Jerry Rigavoid offered Irma a new tune, Piece of My Heart, which Franklin said was originally composed as a calypso. After insisting on delivering it in her own loud way, the song and its follow-up, Open Up Your Soul, Irma was on the verge of making an album when Burns passed and the label dissolved, leaving her in limbo once more, while white rock artist Janis Joplin achieved global acclaim with her rendition of Piece of My Heart. Irma, upon hearing Joplin's notoriously dramatic version, stated that she never even recognized the song and hence felt no animosity. Irma signed with RCA in the late 1960s and her album, Soul Sister, was published in 1969 along with the smash track, Gotta Find Me a Lover 24 Hours a Day. That same year, she made her first visit to Britain, performing with Wilson Pickett at the Royal Albert Hall. In 1973, she returned to the United Kingdom for another tour. However, Aretha's career was further hampered when a planned record, which was to be produced by her, was canceled following the death of saxophonist King Curtis. Irma's friendship with her sister remained strong, and the two continued to perform together throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Irma has spent over 30 years working for a private daycare organization and a family reunification service in Michigan. On September 7, 2002, Irma sadly passed away at the age of 64. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Erma Franklin?